Cancer, welcome to September. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for September, and I'm uploading this a little bit later than I usually do. I want to thank you for your patience, Cancer. I had some friends over the weekend, the Labor Day weekend, and so I just got a little behind on my videos, but I want to thank you for hanging in there. And we did just have Mercury go direct that first week of September. I believe it went direct on the 5th or the 6th, depending upon where you're at. So if there had been any communications that were scrambled or went haywire, those should all be going direct now. And we passed through all that eclipse stuff. So let's take a look at what's going on for Cancer for September. And as always, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can always do that. I will have my email down in the description. You can contact me there. And let's get right into the reading for Cancer. Let's see what's coming up. Okay, we've got Hierophant in reverse, crossed by Empress. Interesting, these are two authority figures. One is more masculine, one's more feminine. I'll talk more about that in a moment. The basis of the situation is Queen of Cups in reverse. I'm reading that as you, Cancer, the water sign. What's passing away is Devil. What is approaching is Page of Cups in reverse. Sorry, this is the opportunity. Your opportunity is Page of Cups in reverse. What's approaching is Seven of Cups in reverse. So lots of cups energy here. And then you in the situation are Emperor. Your environment is Seven of Swords. Your hope and fears are Justice. And your outcome is Queen of Coins. So what I'm seeing here with you, your environment, your hopes and fears and outcome, I'm seeing a lot of this golden energy, and I'm kind of getting sunset off of it with all this red and this orange. You know, as we're entering here into the fall, it's funny that your outcome here is Queen of Coins. We see the fall leaves of this oak. This represents wisdom and knowledge, and she's very grounded. So this kind of means, as your outcome, having your affairs settled, feeling grounded, feeling, you know, I'm seeing what the outcome here, Cancer, is rectifying any emotional instability that you had coming into the situation. The basis is usually what we bring into the situation. So if you're feeling a little bit like upside down or just unsure of things or confused, you know, that Pisces moon may have brought up a lot of emotions, sort of like waves welling up and down. And you Cancers may have felt some of that. If you're feeling a little out of sorts or not sure how you feel, that's kind of what I'm getting, or confused about something regarding your emotions. I do see that by the end of September, you become very grounded, have your affairs in order. It's upright. You feel like, okay, now I know what I'm doing, what I've got, where I'm going, where I am. So that's really the first thing of what I'm noticing in here. But I'm really noticing these sunset colors, reds, oranges, yellows. So there's sort of like the day closing on something. It's very peaceful. That's actually what I'm getting from this. Even if there's someone who is operating in a way that's shady or underhanded or confusing or trying to, you know, get away with something, trying to confuse the situation, being a little self-centered, trying to cut corners. That's your environment, but I see you kind of cutting through the nonsense, cutting through the BS. Emperor does not mince words. He looks at things direct and straight on and makes sense of all the nonsense and enforces his boundaries, enforces his rules, enforces order. And this is you in this situation, Cancer. So with both of these here, with Emperor showing up as you and what you bring to the situation, the basis of it as Queen of Cups in reverse, these are kind of conflicting. This is saying you know where you stand in terms of rules, order, the present moment. but this is saying emotionally you may be feeling a little bit confused, out of sorts, not your normal self, not in your own authority in terms of your emotions, but in authority in every other way. So you may have your business matters together, you may have your home life together, you may have anything to do with rule or law or order or boundaries or any of that seems very intact. But emotionally, it may be throwing you a curve, is what I'm getting, Cancer. So let's look at some of these other cards. You do end up very grounded, though, by the end of the month. You know, this is you in this situation. This is your outcome. The king and queen, you know, they're having a talk. They know what's going on. I actually get that she's consulting this one. So these are kind of both you. This is typically fire sign Aries leading the charge, and this is typically earth sign. But I'm actually reading this as both you. This is the more nurturing side of you, grounded, trustworthy, and this is the like take charge part of you, Cancer. This is the part of like suffer no fools. Like I'm taking no prisoners. I'm just like getting things done. This is how it goes. I know what I want. Even if there's people in my environment that are acting like rascals, justice will be served. This is what you most want, but what you most fear. So it's like having to serve discipline to those that you might care about, but their behavior is warranting this swift sort of justice, and you are the one actually delivering it. Emperor makes the rules. Justice is the means by which it's enforced. So, and that's like keeping you grounded. By you enforcing your boundaries, for anyone who's acting like a rascal, you know, you come to a very serene, calm place here in September. What's leading up to that is, you know, I see some indecision here, and then I see some swift resolution, some swift decision making that brings you to a very grounded space. This is more cups energy, like I said, emotional, and then this is more, you know, mind energy. All these are swords, and then bringing you to a grounded space. So the central focus of September for you, Cancer, is we've got Hierophant in reverse, and it's crossed by Empress. So Hierophant in reverse means not sure potentially of your direction, not sure of your spiritual center potentially, and also it can mean not wanting to do things in a conventional, traditional, established way, not wanting to do things in the socially, quote, socially acceptable way. Maybe you may be feeling in September like a little bit of a rebel, because Hierophant usually means not only spirituality, but it usually means doing things in a structured way, like conventional, traditional, according to the rules, according to social mores, all of that. So with him in reverse, saying, I don't want to do it the normal way. And with Queen of Cups here, emotionally maybe not stable right now, you know, you're kind of opening up to the younger side of yourself. That's your opportunity, looking at what makes your heart leap. But saying, I might not necessarily want to do that in the normal way. I may not necessarily want to feel what everyone's telling me to feel. I feel like bucking the system a little bit. I feel like just being an outlaw. That's what Hierophant in reverse says. I don't feel like adhering to the normal structure. With Empress crossing that, it's saying that you're deeply dissatisfied with something. Empress is a card of satisfaction. She's a card of sensual satisfaction. She is the Earth Mother. Everything grows around her. Everything's abundant and prosperous and rich and full, and it grows. But with her crossing the situation, saying I'm not satisfied, I don't feel quite full, even though she's such a positive card that regardless of where she shows up, there's abundance and richness, but it's not enough. It's not satisfying you. You're not feeling like the queen on the throne who has it all. But you are inviting this energy in, even though it's challenging right now. It's just saying, I don't want it. I don't like it the way it is. I don't feel like I should have to do this to get this. So there's conflicting energy. They're both on thrones. but so there's a certain amount of authority that's going on. He's usually like the system. Sometimes I read Hierophant as the system. And she's the woman who kind of has it all just by being willing to receive. This is almost like saying, I don't feel like I should have to play the game in order to have it all. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. And it's mostly emotionally based here with all these cups. What I do see passing away is a sort of obsessive quality, or feeling like you're tied down by something, feeling like something's got you in its grip. And if you've been obsessing about anything, or you feel like something has had you in its grips, it will be passing away. It's dissolving. Its grip is dissolving on you. So sometimes this can be an addiction. Sometimes this can be an obsessive love. Sometimes it's a belief that has you shackled, that you're like, no, that I don't have to adhere to that anymore. That doesn't have any power over me anymore. Your opportunity is opening up to what keeps me happy, what makes me joyful, what makes my heart leap. Where is infatuation? Where is this younger sort of teenage side of myself that used to fall in love easily and go for it and kind of proceed with reckless abandon? I sometimes see this as a very hormonal teenager who leads with the heart. This is the page, so the younger side of ourselves. And it is the younger water sign. So I'm seeing this as the younger side of you, Cancer. So while you're bucking the system here, saying, I don't feel like I should have to follow traditional rules to have it all, to be this empress, I see you kind of opening up to going from queen to page and saying, maybe I don't feel like adulting. Maybe I just want to take a look at what makes my heart leap. But there's resistance to allowing that in, because these are all in reverse. So it's saying there's fear, doubt, or resistance to letting that really calm, stable, emotionally placid person buck the system and open and allow in emotional, youthful, vital, open heart energy. So I want you to consider, Cancer, what would it look like for it to be like this? If you removed any doubt, fear, or resistance and felt emotionally stable, felt like I know where my spiritual center is, so much so that I am super stable enough to open my heart and act like a kid a little bit, be vulnerable, be open. And guess who else shows up with that? Empress, satisfaction. So I'm going to invite you to turn this around. Whatever's feeling emotionally unstable, so much so that you feel reckless and want to buck the system, and that it's feeling like, okay, well, I don't have the freedom to have my heart open, and therefore I can't have it all. Or there's challenges to me feeling satisfied, feeling abundant, feeling prosperous. Consider what it might take to turn those all around, to eliminate whatever fear, doubt, or resistance to having that. Because there is a way in which having that emotional stability, being the adult, coupled with this emperor, having things together, both in terms of structure and your emotions, gives you that spiritual center and stability to be free and young and open and watching your heart leap, allowing you to have that infatuation, that passion, whatever it is that your heart's desire is. And guess what heart's desire works with here? Young water person and the woman who has it all, prosperous, abundant, satisfied. Both of these cards can have satisfaction as this is opening to the idea of being satisfied. This is achieving that. So just something to consider, Cancer. What would it take for you to clear these and turn them around? Because you do have a lot of choices. You do have 7 of Cups here. And with this is the energy that's coming in, is all that glitters is not gold. This may be a lot of choices, but it's saying examine those choices. Don't look at things through rose-colored glasses. You may be, it's funny, both of these are deceptive cards. You may be seeing through something, but you may be inviting something else in that is not all that it promises to be. So when I see this in the reverse position, it's saying you may be putting on those rose-colored glasses. All that glitters is not gold. This is my Las Vegas card. So you see all the smoke and the clouds here? That's Neptune, which is all about illusions. So when I see 7 of Cups come in, you have lots of options potentially, but do your research, do your due diligence, look behind the curtain, you know, see if you can confront fantasy, because there's some stories that you might be buying into here in September. Devil's going away. He's dissolving. You're seeing through something and you're letting go of the grip of something, but be careful that what you invite in isn't just as nebulous and gauzy as what you're seeing through. You know, do your research, build a strong structured foundation on those castles in the sky. And Emperor knows how to do that. You know, Emperor, I see, even if emotionally it's all sort of fluid and you're not really sure, and where's my satisfaction at? I don't feel like doing things the normal way. I see you confronting any nonsense, delivering justice, and becoming very grounded. So I see you dealing with it. And, you know, potentially these two are very similar. Empress and Queen of Coins. They both got it all. She's on top of her game. So is she. This one is, they're both earthy energy. They both have, this one's sort of more Virgo and this one's more Taurus as I see it. You know, this one's got that Venus energy to it. And this one is sort of more like cooking and cleaning and nurturing and raising kids. They're both mothers, though. They both have that domestic goddess side of them. They both know how to like nurture and grow something. She's major arcana, though. So this is, both of these are major arcana along with this one. So whatever you're sending out, it's opening you up to greater senses of fulfillment, both materially and spiritually. And you feel like, okay, I'm finally at rest. I finally am stabilizing, even though maybe emotionally you might be in for some challenges just because you need to see things clearly. You need to really look at things with a clear eye, because your emotions, especially with this Pisces full moon, might be like bringing a lot of water up. So get grounded in September. You're going to have a nice opportunity for that. And you might have some nice choices. You just have to see them clearly for what they are. So that's my reading for you, Cancer, for September. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put those down below in the comment section. As always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.